Dube Trade Port Special Economic Zone is one of the youngest special economic zones in the country. It was designated in 2014 as an industrial development zone. And of course, after the legislation was promulgated and became effective in 2016, and then we were then declared as a special economic zone. Now we operate as Dube Trade Port on a 50-year master plan, but the most important that we are anchoring the development of a bigger vision, the development of a smart city around the airport. Basically, we are located at King Shaka, within the King Shaka Airport precinct, and we own plus or minus 3,000 hectares of land around there. And therefore, as a special economic zone, we act as a catalyst to the development of a smart city around the airport, which is known as Aerotropolis these days. So we play a very important role in trying to drive or fast-tracking the development of a smart city in Durban. So we are very strategically located, actually, within the airport, seamlessly connected to a very good infrastructure, just close to the Durban airport. We understand the challenges that are facing our port, seaport, but also it serves us very well because we are very close to it, about 30 minutes away from the seaport and not far from the Richards Bay port as well, and with very good road infrastructure connecting with all the economic nodes. You know, it's very easy from Durban to just drive straight to Joburg, drive straight to Mozambique, Swaziland. So we are very connected into a very, very strategic infrastructure or road infrastructure, as it were. We also play a very important role for the growth of our airport, King Shaka Airport. So us being there, because we attract investment, they increase volumes, and then that one enable or assist or push growth of our airport, such that our cargo is really increasing exponentially. Now, the land that is around that we are given the mandate as Dube Trade Port as well to coordinate the development of this Aerotropolis. The land that is being earmarked for the development of this smart city is about 32,000 hectares. It's a huge, massive land, which is a greenfield land. So we have really a very good opportunity to come up with the best smart city. Fortunately, we are working closely with all the relevant stakeholders, very good leadership at provincial level, local government, and all other state-owned entities. They are part of the strategic steering committee that drives the development of that Aerotropolis. So we are hoping that if we pull this one together, and then that will be a game changer, you know, in terms for the development of this country. We see it making a huge contribution into the development of the economy and attracting, of course, or building new industrial capabilities as well. As we call it a smart city now, we move towards attracting more high-level types of industries. The jobs estimated is about 750,000 jobs estimated to be created through that project. But coming to the special economic zone, our precinct itself, which I said we own about 3,000 hectares of land around the airport. I must say, although I'm going to touch on it later on, that we have also just procured another piece of land in the south of Durban, in Lovo, just next to Toyota plant, which is one of our biggest OEM in Durban. About 1,000 hectares of land that we have procured there. So we are busy. I'll just touch on that one because I think it's important that we just touch on it as one of the strategic projects that we wish to roll it out to try to deepen the automotive especially component manufacturing in Durban as well. But basically, we have adopted the clustering approach in our development of our zones. The main focus, these are not only our two sector strategic sector focus. We have another one, I'll touch on them later, but the main focus that we are trying to build and put more focus, put more energy on them and put more resources to try to attract Dube Trade Ports, electronics and communication. We are seeing that electronics cluster emerging right now. I'll touch on it a little bit because we have about 5, 6 now very good electronics companies that are located and operational within the Dube Trade Port Special Economic Zone. So we wanted to then take that cluster approach, and because we see it being able to unlock also value chain linkages. As you know, Durban at some point, it had some capabilities in the electronics space. So we wanted to deepen that and bring more electronics and create linkages with various businesses within Dube Trade Port. We have key levers, if you like, key building blocks, or we call development zones. As I was talking about clustering as well, we have then separated our development zone in different aspects. So here we have an area, we call it Dube City. Dube City is where we attract mainly commercial activities. And we are busy building the hotel. Our head office is there, and we are building also a hotel there, and also multi-story parking. We are also around here, we'll be having incubators. We are talking to the private sector that have also shown interest to come and locate there and support the small businesses. And you have here, this is then the industrial space. That's where we have then a trade zone 1, which I said is fully let, and then trade zone 2, 3, 4, and 5. And trade zone 2, that's where now we are moving into here. In trade zone 1, you have companies like your Samsung, you have companies like your Marathon operating there. You have companies, the global fiber manufacturers, Janssen Optic Fiber operating there. You have companies in the fuel cell manufacturing that are locating there. Right now, Chem Energy is also there, is locating there. And we have another big, fuel cells companies that are, already starting operating within that, in the trade zone 1. And of course, we have other companies, critical, very important companies that are here, as well as logistics companies in the trade zone 1. And then here, it's a very interesting, a very nice precinct. The scenery is, you can't believe it when you go to our agri zone. Of course, they injected a lot of money in building these greenhouses, and it's government owned and operated by us as Dube Trade Port, and we attract private sector to come then and play a role there. They lease these facilities from us and produce massive agricultural products. It's got a high technology that it's one of the best greenhouses that you may have in this country. So we are very, if you come to Dube Trade Port, it's the first place that I would like to take you to so that you can view it. It is very beautiful. And we also own the cargo terminal, and then we also own and operate the cargo terminal. Of course, there's international and domestic. We operate the international one, the domestic, and then we then lease it out. It's a world-class cargo facility that is seamlessly connected from the air side to our logistic. We call it trade house, logistics companies that are located, freight forwarders. Of course, this is also the pipeline. We have a very good, healthy pipeline. We have already, some of this pipeline, the one that I'm showing here, most of them actually have already been signed or approved by the board. They're just waiting for getting into operation, waiting for Trade Zone 2 to be ready. So we are very excited about that. There will be also those ones that are still at an evaluation process. Yeah, this is the facility, the cargo handling facility I was talking about, which then you'd see this air bridge here that connects this cargo terminal. If you look at there, this is our trade house where our freight forwarders are located. So the cargo will come from this and move through that air bridge to the freight forwarders or logistic company, and then will get then distributed over that side. So we operate and own this facility. The interesting about that cargo is that up to until today, we have a zero cargo loss. And of course, you can do your own analysis and compare with other cargo facilities how these incidents of loss of cargoes happen. But we have maintained a zero loss up to so far. And we are very, very proud and excited about that. Let me just quickly go to the Dube iConnect. That's also a very important service that we provide as Dube Trade Port, where we provide the ICT infrastructure and the fiber around all our precinct, and we also provide the cloud services and telecommunication services to our businesses. When they come there, they just have to, they don't have to go somewhere, but it's optional. We just play the cards open, the private sector is there, we compete. And then in most instances, they come to us and buy our services. So we are rolling out this one. It's not only supporting our clients, but it's just province-wide. We have customers all the provinces. So it also helps us as a revenue generation activity. Now, coming back to this ASP, I thought it's important that I touch on this one, because we are working around the clock on this automotive supplier park. Of course, the vision is to attract component manufacturers, Tier 1 and Tier 2, that will support our OEMs. And of course, we hope then we'll be able to attract more OEMs as well in Durban if we get this one right. Because the most important issue for the OEMs, and if then there's, the just-in-time practice, if there's no suppliers around them, they tend to not to be comfortable. So we are working closely with Toyota, and we are hoping that we are going to finalize our arrangements with them, and then come, of course, to the DTI and request that one will also be designated as a special economic zone. In terms of our town, this is the layout. We have done all the layout, the designs. We are busy with environmental assessment. We have far advanced with that one. Thank you, Maud. Then, of course, we will come to you as well if we encounter any challenges. But so far, from the public participation point of view, and then we received, very positive comments. There's nothing serious that is worrying us. And we are just finalizing. We'll invite you to come and sit with us when we finalize the business case, and so that you can make input on that business case before we package the application. So we are at that point where we are finalizing these things. In terms of the timelines, you can see that almost critical ones have been already done. And so it's a matter of just finalizing these things. And once we know that we are ready, and then we'll then definitely package it for a designation. Dube iConnect, I think I touched on it. And I think that is it. Thank you very much.